Welcome back. We need to handle the right menu. Start off with a copy of the left one. Remove the logout icon and text, as well as all the other icons. Now we can keep the divider and the text layers. This is going to be a filter system that allows the user to change the list of results. It's what you get when you click on this icon from the top right side in screen number 2. Now for the first batch of choices, we'll type in these categories. So we're going to have Spanish, American, International, Indian, and finally Italian. Okay, take your time with it. You could potentially add a few more, or you can remove some of them. Just make sure they fit. Now let's get the rectangle tool. We're looking to create a checkbox. 48 by 48 please. For the corner radius, 10 pixels is just fine. Okay, let's have a look at the settings. Let's disable the fill, we don't need it, and let's activate the stroke or the border. Okay, now the color of the border is quite important. Oh, the thickness, 3 pixels please. So now for the color. So the thing is, if it's too light, it may seem disabled or inactive. Too dark may be seen as too in your face. So I decided on this color code, C3, C3, C3. Now feel free to save it in your colored styles as light gray or something like that, checkbox color. No, I think light gray works a bit better. Now this is actually going to be a component. So let's convert it by clicking here. When you're ready, please move it to the resources frame. Take your time with it, you're going to have to pan around quite a bit. Remember, zoom out, hit Control, use the mouse scroll, use the spacebar key to pan around. Okay, now here we want to create a variant. You should be familiar with the process by now. So here's the thing, let's remove the border and make the entire rectangle orange. Again, take your time with it, don't rush it. Okay, when you're ready, we're gonna have to add a check mark. And as always, I've prepared something. You have this icon attached. Drag it inside, but here's the thing. When you want to align it inside this square, please make sure that you have a look at the layers panel. And that's because it's quite easy to get disoriented, and you might not know why the alignment tools don't work as expected. So this is what you want. Okay, by the way, please be sure to rename the property and actually the two variants as well. Call them checked and unchecked. And as for the property itself, that's state probably. I think that's fine. State, status, whatever works best for you. So again, that's checked and unchecked. Okay, let's move back to the screen. We have to drag this checkbox from the assets panel and do quite a few moves to align these correctly. Now, as I'm working in the background, I do want to say that I really enjoy teaching app design. This process itself relies on a few principles and techniques, but once you've mastered them, you can really focus on what's important, and that's how the app looks and feels and functions. Like I said a million times, nobody cares how you created the app. It's none of their business. Through components, variants, and auto layouts, the end result is what matters. How it looks, how it functions, that's what matters. It doesn't matter if you did it in Photoshop, Figma, or Adobe XD. Now obviously you want to use the best tools for the job and the most advanced techniques, but again, focus on what's important. Okay, back to it. Just in case you need some flexibility here, please select each checkbox and title together and then use Shift-A. After you do that for every single option, we're going to select all of them, and then you guessed it, we're going to do another auto layout. And here's the thing, we need two of them because the first one controls the distance between the box and the text, the checkbox and the text. So say we want 20. Well, just select all those frames and you can quickly change that spacing. It's quite simple. And then the big one helps us change the vertical distance. Say that we want 40, for example, right? Again, simply type that in. Awesome. Now, to give the user some context, let's add a text that says show only. This does change the layout a little bit, but I think it's fine. It needs the body text styling and gray for the color code. We don't want it to stand out too much. Remember, this is only a small part of the menu. We actually have two types of filters. So we have cuisine type and then food type. So when you're all set up, move up the divider from downstairs. We want about 30 pixels from the last checkbox to the divider, to the line. Okay, awesome. Now the idea is to show both the client and the developer how this panel is supposed to look like. So make sure you change the state of 2 or 3 checkboxes. Make them orange, and then please do the same for the associated text. Just make them orange. When you're ready to move on, simply grab everything here and make a copy downstairs. Now let me speed things up as I change the food type. So this is gonna be pizza, tacos, burgers, coffee, the works. A few items might not fit inside the screen, but that's not a big deal. Actually, it's great because we have to show that this is scrollable. Okay, now here's the thing. We do have the top area unchanged, and that's not cool. Now, in general, when you're dealing with filters, you should have a way to clear them. So for example, if we have 4 checked boxes, it would be quite annoying to manually uncheck them. So let's do this. Let's remove the logo and the email address. With the remaining text layer, let's change it to 4 active filters. And on the right side, I'd like to use an icon, but I think a text layer might work a bit better. Being wider is gonna be a bit more useful. So type in clear in all caps. Same font, of course. One thing though, please leave 32 pixels on the right side as well. On the left, that's quite easy to do because we do have the X field. That helps us quite a lot. Now, we could have used guides, but overall, it's fine. Okay, let's resize the rectangle to 112 pixels. So 112 pixels, the standard height. Okay, when you're ready, you can center the text, and I think we're done with it. Well, not 100% with the entire screen, but we're gonna finish it after the quick break. Please be sure to catch up to this point. Thank you so much.